Hello, everybody. Here we are with another Saturday Night Live Zoom on what is it today? January 19th, 2019. A nice, cold, snowy day here in the Toronto area. Uh, some of us are enjoying some sunshine and whatever else weather that nature brings. So it's great to have everyone on so we can inspire and support each other and continue on this journey that so few will ever do. It's interesting listening to people after 33 almost 3 decades, and yeah, they want to get healthy and they just will never commit to anything, just blah blah blah. Nothing changes and they just keep getting worse and go running from one doctor to another doctor to another doctor to another whatever, and uh, waiting for magic to happen from somebody else. And we all understand now that that's just going to keep you spiraling out to more and more confusion, more and more pain and suffering until you start taking charge and make some changes. This is the way. Take full responsibility and come to the understanding that everything's possible when you do that. There's nothing that we've seen that cannot be reversed, regenerated, metamorphosized, transmutated. It's just a matter of how are you willing to do whatever it takes, no matter what, no matter how long it may take. Instantaneous healing, yeah, of course, it can happen. Very rare. Have I witnessed it myself? No, but doesn't mean it doesn't happen. It doesn't mean it can't happen. And just like when we started sharing information about MFS, we've had all kinds of insults about cooked juice and this, that, and the other thing. And slowly but surely, the people that took charge showed everybody that everything's possible with a system that has been developed over the last 3 decades with amazing, wonderful teachers and insight from longer and longer and longer fasts of many fasts. I've lost count of how many fasts. It's just very, very many. The absolute minimum was usually pretty much every season change for the last almost 3 decades, and many more in between. So I hope everybody's doing amazing and great, and really look at the aspects of what everybody's going through. And that's why we do these calls and keep the support page running and so on and so forth. It's all a support system, because out there, it's not happening. There's nobody to support you. It's just actually the opposite. We've seen people getting bashed by family, friends, and coworkers, and so on and so forth. Some people were turned to police, mental institutes. It's just ludicrous. And in the society, going to your doctor, getting your chest ripped open, and having hands put in there and tools is normal. Taking drugs that are the fourth leading cause of death behind the third leading cause of death, doctors who prescribe them. And they all have a purpose. Their emergency services are great for when you get in accidents and so on and so forth. But they failed us miserably, having anything to do with what they've created as diseases, which is just imbalances. The body can only see imbalances. All those fictitious names, I suggest we let them all go. We focus on those things. They will end up taking charge of our life, and you'll just spiral out to more and more confusion. I found, as the years go by and you multiple fasts, and you get into the longer and longer and longer ones, a lot of things will be revealed to you that it's impossible for me to find each and every one of your answers. It's just an impossibility. We all have to take charge and look for our own answers within. That's the only way we're going to be able to sort ourselves out, because after all, with the new understanding, creation itself is intent and emotion, and everything's manifested through that. Your imbalances and your balances. Which way do you choose? And that's the choice only each one of us can make ourselves, because we all have free will. And that's the beauty, but it's a double-edged sword for some of us. So what can we use the sword for? Or the knife? We can use it for many things. We can use it for cutting some, food to eat, or we can use it to kill or wound or whatever. It's always a choice.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody want to share what's happening, what's going on? Inspire us.
I'm having some trouble with the fast.
What kind of trouble?
Foggy brain.
Say that again.
Foggy brain.
Foggy brain.
Foggy brain. Okay.
Foggy. I don't feel well. I know it.
What are you doing exactly?
I'm following the protocol.
Okay, you're fully supported on herb, doing lots of enemas.
Yes. Yes.
Is this your first?
Well, the enemas, see, I'm a little. That may be part of the problem. I have to work. I work all day.
Right.
So I might be a little light on the enemas, but I'm doing a daily enema. Sometimes I can get 2 in, but the last week has been. What's come out is just amazing me. After the enema, it's just, I'm shocked on what's in there.
What day are you?
Huh?
What
What
day?
was that?
What day are you?
Today's 15.
Okay. Is this your first?
It's working. No, it's working. I'm having trouble at work, actually.
Yeah.
Trying to keep focused.
Are you drinking enough juice?
Probably 2 liters,
Yeah, that's not
Okay.
too bad.
1.5, 2.
How many herbs are you taking? How many tinctures?
The Divine 9.
Great.
Yeah, the enemas are very important, especially if it's your first one. Is it your first one?
My this first fast. Yes.
Yeah.
For
So
this.
you
Yes, for
should
your
have-
protocol.
yeah.
What was your diet in the last few years or growing up?
Oh, terrible growing up. American diet. Absolutely horrible.
Okay.
But I started following a Rhett's mucusless a year ago, September.
Yeah, Eretz.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. We all have to start somewhere.
Yes.
So, if you've been on the board a while and did some reading and read Arnold Ehret's work, you understand it's a process. And
Oh, I know that.
yeah.
I just know if there's a way to slow it down. Maybe it's too fast. If I could slow it down a little bit.
Yeah, well, it's going to the weaker juices, fruit juices, the lighter ones, and if that's still too much, then we go into the green juices to slow it way down. Greens.
I feel great after the enemas.
Of course.
An hour, I feel like today, right now, I feel great. This morning, I felt like crap.
Yeah. You're going to have many things happen, and it could happen in one day. That things can happen very, very quickly while you're on a fast, and it could go in one day. You can feel crap, you can feel amazing, and then you can feel crap again, all in one day. That's how quick it could change. So what do? We keep going. We keep using the tools to support through these times, and sometimes it may go on for days. And for some people, it may go on for weeks.
Okay. Well, it's not out of the ordinary then. That's all I don't want to break this. My intention is not to break it.
Especially that it's your first one. and so it's deep. You know, this is the first time.
Very deep.
You know, the first time you're allowing your body to detox deeply. So be patient. I would definitely do more enemas because apparently, you know, you like, yeah, you know, your body wants it. Your body is not too happy with the detox, and you want to assist it. And the most important thing is to really wash your colon, so you don't feel sick. You know, I mean, I do I work. I have colonics, right? So I do a colonic a day when I'm working. So 5 days a week I'm doing colonics. And then 2 days a week I do colimas. That's another thing maybe you can do, a colima instead of an enema,
Uh-huh.
if you want to save time.
Go get some colonics then. Is there any colon therapists in your area?
Yeah, I believe there is.
Yeah.
Yeah, go try some colonics. You know, even if you would do one a week, it would really help.
Okay.
Because you're moving much more water. You're washing with much more water through you, and that can help loosen things up and move things. See, the MFS is it's so powerful at moving things out that it becomes overwhelming for people when they're been living a regular lifestyle. The body's just loaded from head to toe,
Right.
and it's just the body can't move it out quick enough because. As soon as you stop eating, within 24 to 48 hours, the body goes into elimination mode. If you've read Eric's book, it's in there.
Mm-hmm.
That when it's in that mode, all the stuff that is not supposed to be there wants to move out.
Mm-hmm.
So the key is, how do we get it out?
Mm-hmm.
And this is MFS shines on that, because we are using cooked juice for its higher order in power of cleansing. It's just, there's just no comparison to raw juice. It's just night and day. And with that, it's too overwhelming for the body to do it on its own, is what we found. And so we assist it. We use herbs, we use the pudding, we use lots of enemas, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, all the tools and so on and so forth. You know, burnt stick, massage, movement, so on and so forth, because this is how we assist. We can only assist the body. We can't do it for the body. We can only assist it and aid it to move and keep energy moving. Because anywhere there's problems, anytime you feel pain, whatever, don't feel good, this, that, it's always a stagnant area within the physicality and the mental and the emotional body. There's a stagnation there somewhere. And we need to move the energies so we can allow that to flow. And once it starts flowing, if you have a pain in the shoulder, it's stagnant. As soon as the energy starts moving, the pain will go away. I don't know if you've ever had acupuncture. That's what they're doing with acupuncture. They're putting needles in stagnant areas, and it just opens up the energy flows, and people feel better after they do, some acupuncture. So this is what we're doing. We're just assisting and aiding the body and helping it move the energy, because it's been stagnant for so long, most people for decades, that we're just helping it along. That's all we're doing. And today's man is more toxic than probably in the history of humanity. And what I've seen in the last few years is we're in much more of a toxic state than I believed we were. I've been doing this a long time, and I can go back in my memory and remember what I went through. And I was pretty toxic, 30 years ago. But today, everywhere we turn, we're being bombarded. The air, the water, the food supply, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, frequencies, so on and so forth. So if we don't have a fasting lifestyle, if we're eating 7 days a week, which most people are doing, what happens? We're always in a building mode, meaning building obstructions, instead of giving the body that break it needs to remove obstructions. And how do we remove obstructions? The only way that I know is through fasting. It's the only way you're going to be able to move obstructions. So that's why we've set it up so no matter whether you're on a full MFS or whether you go back to eating, we always have windows of fasting, meaning a daily window, a weekly window, a monthly window, a season change window, continuously giving that body the breaks it needs to be able to deal with the obstructions we continuously bombard our body with through the eating style, through the eating lifestyle. And that's, we're not saying that everybody's going to stop eating. Most people are not. It doesn't matter. But we can stop part-time. And if honestly, pretty much everybody across the planet can cut down to 50% of their current diet right now and not have too many problems. They might have some challenges at the beginning to get used to it, but eventually they're going to start feeling better and better and better because they minimize plugging themselves up every day. We eat way too much food, 3, 4 meals a day, 5 meals a day, 6 meals a day. Some people are eating, or some people are just eating one big, huge, massive meal that takes them 24, 36 hours to process. And before it's even finished processing, they're eating again. So with that bombardment, the body's got no chance. You got an 8-hour window at night if you're sleeping 8 hours a day, I'm assuming. And if you're eating before you go to bed, which some people do, you have no chance. Your body's doesn't have any time at all to have that window of detoxing through fasting, which is what we're doing when we're sleeping. And this is the challenge that we see out there. Some people, I've heard cases of people that they had to get up in the middle of the night and eat something because they couldn't sleep. The body is so overwhelmed with toxicity that even that few hours that they stop eating is just so overwhelming for them because the body's trying to do something, but then they eat to stop it. As soon as you eat, it stops that elimination mode. So that's really the basics of what we're doing to help and aid the body and allow the obstructions to move out. So because once the obstructions move out, that's when you see the regeneration happens. People are looking they're looking in the wrong directions. They're looking out there. They're looking for a magic pill, a herb, a diet that's going to do it for them. Oh yeah, this food is good for that. That food is good for this, so on, and this herb. No, that's not the way I've come to the understanding after all these years. I missed the boat for all those years. It took me, the 25, 2.5 decades pretty much to come to the understanding that it's only the body that can feed, hydrate, balance, and heal itself through soul from source. And once you gain that understanding, you'll know that the only thing we need to do is move out the obstructions so the soul can do the work through the physicality, because the soul is what created the physicality through source. It doesn't come through the physical like we've thought, coming from the earth. We're using the elements of the earth, but not necessarily we have to access them directly in matter. We're creating them through fields all the time. Whether we believe it or not, it's happening. This is how everything is created in creation. Instantaneously of new species and so on. Creation is continuously creating all the time. A fellow student told us about a story that he witnessed in Australia. They were out camping and there was a severe thunderstorm, a lot of water. And once it was all said and done, there was puddles everywhere and there was live fish in the puddles. Those fish didn't swim there. They were instantly created. And this is how creation works. I read in Borneo a few years ago that they were finding new species like every week, new species of animals. Those animals never existed before. That's why they're continuously finding new species, because creation never stops creating. So yeah, they're finding new species because they were just created. Who knows, within weeks or months, and they're able to find these new species. So this is how creation continuously works, and it's through the art of giving. Creation itself is giving.
I have a question for you, Steve. So how long are you thinking to go with this one?
Well, I'm trying to go to 180 days.
Yeah, you are.
That's my goal.
Yeah. And what lifestyle do you see yourself living afterwards?
Oh, just mucusless, absolutely mucusless.
Excellent.
I've been moving toward this probably 4 or 5 years without realizing it.
Excellent. This is the way it usually happens. We get little.
Yeah, it's been a process.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And are you thinking to incorporate fasting into your days, or?
Oh yeah.
Excellent. You really
I have been. I was, like I said, I was following Aret's work and fasting every day.
Excellent.
and trying to eat within a six-hour window.
This is the key, Steve. We want to live the lifestyle because especially after a long 108 days of MFS, if you've watched the videos of people, what's happened to them and read stories, it completely metamorphosized people.
Yeah.
And it's for some people, it was just so overwhelming. They couldn't handle the change emotionally, and they went back to their old ways. And that's not what we want to do.
No, I don't see that happening.
Yeah, this is why we, for some people, it may not be wise to do 108 days. Maybe start slower, maybe 30 days on, 30 days off, or whatever. There's so many ways you can do it, infinite possibilities to make it work for you. But the real understand what we're trying to convey to you, if you're choosing to go that 108 days, is really, really be focused when you come out of it.
Right.
That's where everything starts happening, is when you come out. The 108 days just opens those doors, and then we have to decide, do we want to walk through, or do we want to close them and go back to our old ways? And that's your choice. And it could be dangerous. It's not a good thing to break a fast improperly. It's not a good thing. It's very dangerous. That's the only time we see people get in trouble. Fasting. I've never seen fasting kill. It's food that kills.
It's easy, actually.
Yeah.
Fasting is very easy compared to eating afterwards. It's way easier.
Yeah.
It's much simpler.
I grow most of my own food in growing season. So at least I'm eating clean food, you know.
Yeah. Excellent.
Another thing I want to ask is, why did you decide to do the master fast?
Because I think that's where my answers will be found. My questions.
Excellent. You're going to find your answers. Believe you me, when you keep stripping away at these levels, there's just.
I knew that once. As soon as I started Rets, I knew it was in the fast, not so much in the diet, but in the fast.
Yeah.
I believe that from the beginning.
Excellent. The diet is the facade that people believe that's where they're going to find their answers, and it like I said, it took me 2.5 decades to figure that out. It's not the diet at all. And never will be.
Of course, lightening up your diet was a big step forward, right?
Oh yeah. Huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah. So you're doing great. Excellent. Don't worry about the way you're feeling and stuff. Support it. Work it through. And sometimes it's challenging when you work. I worked with metal, heavy metal, machinery, cars. My whole life, I never stopped fasting. I've always fasted. And I never actually missed any days that I recall because of the fasting. I just did extra enemas. I would do enemas in the morning, and then when I come home, I would have to do other enemas on the days I was really wiped out. But that's what I did, and that's what pulled me through.
Oh, I haven't missed. I'm doing them daily. It's just I don't think I'm doing enough of them.
Yeah. Don't worry.
That's the time constraint in the day, though.
Of course, yeah. We got to do the best we can, but really give yourself that extra time for the enemas. If you have to, even wake up half an hour early or whatever. Get a few extra in you or whatever. These are the things that's going to really help you.
Especially when you're feeling sick.
Oh yeah. That's why we suggest, go do a colonic once a week or so. And you see the difference on how much more washing that does versus just enemas. If you can do 6 to 10 liters of doing enemas, but you go do a colonic, closed system colonic, it can be anywhere from 20 to 30 gallons of water going through you. So understand the difference.
Yes.
How it will happen in about an hour, because the water is continuously flowing on a colonic, an open system, and even a colima, but the colima is closed and it doesn't allow as much water. Like a colima, in about 45 minutes, you'll do about 5 gallons. Whereas a colonic, you can get 20 to 40 gallons. Big difference of how much water goes through. And you'll see the importance of how crucial it is to keep that colon moving, of the debris that the fast is loosening up. It's not the colonic that's doing the work for you.
No,
We're-
I know that.
Yeah, we're just using the
Oh, yeah.
water to wash out the things that the fast is loosening up. Like, there's people that are eating whatever diets and they're doing colonics. You're only going to go so far. I'm not saying it's no good. Yeah, wash it out, get rid of it. But you're not going to get into the cellular levels, into the mental and emotional levels until you fast to remove those obstructions, because that's what we're trying to trigger is ultimately into the emotional body of ours where everything starts, but we're doing it through the physicality, and that's where we found is the simplest way for most everyone to work the other way around. I haven't seen many do it, and the ones who claim and they're still eating all kinds of things. I always ask, why do they still need to eat all these kinds of things if they've had that understanding? Because everything's energy. Food is a facade. We've been duped to believe we need to eat physical foods. Okay, and it's a very difficult belief system to change. But we understand now that we can adapt and change our belief system slowly and eat less and less and less. And a lot of us will eat a lot less than we've ever eaten, and very, very few will completely leave physical foods and go to maybe juices, and even fewer will go without any foods or any liquids at all. And that's okay. We all have different experiences, and it's not everybody's goal to let go of eating physical foods. But it is possible. Whether we believe it or not, it's possible. Because where we come from, we didn't eat. Going to the dream state, you could be in that state and you can imagine yourself eating. It's a whole different feeling and process if you pay attention. And it's done through energy if you pay attention in the dream state of what's happening. And you're getting all the same sensations and all the same feelings as actually physically eating it, because there's no difference. Creation doesn't see physicality. It only sees soul. So it can't differentiate a human, a plant, an insect, et cetera, et cetera. It sees everything in the soul level only. And that's why my understanding is, let's stop eating animals because we can see what's happening, but let's go further and let's have the understanding of higher order that everything is equal, and let's reduce our consumption of all living beings.
Mhm.
I believe that's the way that we're going to see much more impact on the whole planet, because people cut their diets in 50%, even their regular diet, whatever they're doing right now, 50%, cut it in half. Already from them reducing, plugging themselves up, they're going to start opening up.
And not just consumption of food, but also consumption of everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Living a lifestyle of less is more. Stop being a consumerism and everything. Very interesting. So it's awesome, man. It's wonderful to see when people start gaining a little bit of understanding of really what it's about. MFS is not the only thing out there, but
Very powerful.
I haven't seen anything as powerful as this, unless you just go dry fasting straight out the bat, and not everybody will survive that if they just dry fast because the body starts drowning in its own filth. The dry fasting shines.
I don't think anybody has.
Yeah, the real power of dry fasting starts to shine when we clean out the GI tract. That's what we found.
Yeah, we appreciate it more when we're clean, for sure.
Yeah, you start seeing the magic start unfolding when your GI tract is cleaned out in the dry fast. And that's why we call MFS glorified dry fast, because it has all the steps in there to work it all in and make anybody be able to work it for themselves at whatever pace they can handle. Not everybody's got to go full out 108 days. Not most, it's not going to happen. But I'm shocked and surprised how many people have done 108 days myself, and a few people have done it straight off sad diet. So we understand how to bring people through that. And if they're really not paying attention and stay connected to the support system and so on and so forth, they're going to fall off because they don't have the understanding, not seeing that this is a lifestyle. It's not an event. It's not a circus that we go to and it's over. It's a lifestyle change that we support and we embrace, and we gain the new understanding through that lifestyle. So this is the magic and the beauty. Like I said, there's a lot of protocols and diets out there, and so many of us have that are in the MFS have been through all those different modalities, and most of them that have been through all that could not find their balance because they were looking out there instead of going within. And we're just guiding you guys to go within because I can't do it for you and I can't explain it.
We don't have it, we're born with it. It's a gift,
Yes.
Beautiful gift.
I believe that.
Yeah. So, it's great that you've seen that the food is not where it's at. That very few understand that. Very few, fruitarian is where it's at, or veganism is where it's at, or raw foodism is where it's at. If you read Arnold Ehret's book, he talked about the fanatic raw foodists. Back then, it was 100 years ago. Because he had the understanding, buddy, guys, it's not the food. But, when we eat, let's eat as clean as possible. And it's in his book somewhere about all food is obstructive, but fruit is the least obstructive. People have missed that. I haven't seen anybody reference that. I have not seen anybody. I've read the book, a lot of times, and honestly, it's all the information's available to us. And it was all, even if the book wasn't there, the information's available through the understanding when you start living this lifestyle of fasting. It starts being revealed to you little by little by little. We don't have all the answers, by far we do. But, the surface that we've scratched and opened up the new understanding, my goodness, what the miracles that we've seen. And it's just awesome to watch it unfold. Some of us are going to have some pretty big challenges. Most people, do not have the massive challenges. Some people will have a few days here and there, maybe a week. But the few people will have, massive challenges throughout, depending how many years they've been how many years they've been in, sickness, illness type of situation, and depending what their genetics and the environments that they've lived in, et cetera, it all has an influence. Some of us have had I'm not going to say unlucky, because in higher order of things, we understand we've all come here for a lesson, and we've chosen the experiences once we understand that. But some of us has chosen a really tough learning experience in this realm, and if we gain that understanding that it was us for our benefit, for soul to gain that understanding, then and only then we'll be able to go towards that balance that we're all looking for. And it can happen very quickly once the understanding is starting to be reflected, which is just magical what happens very quickly. 108 days is very magical, but it really is only the beginning. And, a decade in living this lifestyle is really nothing. 1,000 years is a moment in time in creation. It's nothing. There's no time. It's just past, present, future is all intertwined. And how can we comprehend that in this realm? We really can't. So why try to figure out exactly who, what, where, when, why, how everything works? We don't need to. Let's understand that we know what to do now. We know how the body heals, not specifically what it's doing exactly, but we know what to do, meaning we stop eating, we understand that it's moving out these obstructions, and then it starts working in autopilot on its own to repair itself, guided by the soul. And that's all we need to know. We don't need to know about the amino acid, about the minerals, about the proteins and this, that, and fats and the other thing. They don't need to know any of that. It's not going to help us in any way, shape, or form. I haven't seen it help me. All those years I've been studying all this stuff, you know, about water, how many years I studied about water, how many years I studied about minerals. I thought minerals was it, and the fats, and it always led me to more and more confusion, and almost killed myself. And until the spark hit me where I almost killed myself, and then my friend passed away with those high fats, that was, everything changed after that, with the new understanding. And then the universe kicked my butt and said, time to share this information. And here we are right now.
Good.
So
I'm grateful you're here. Believe me.
we thank the you know, Eretz, we thank the Norman Walkers, we thank Robert Morse, you know, Dr. Morse, with the wonderful information he shared about the herbs. We thank all these wonderful, Dr. Sebi, you know, who they got rid of too, as well. From my understanding, you know, he was murdered as well. You know, if they take me out, you'll know it was an accident. But you know, a lot of wonderful masters came before us, but the big switch that happened for me to gain the understanding of higher order things was the plasma science. That really, really just was a massive revelation. And I started looking at things completely different. Like I said, we don't have all the answers, but I gained the understanding of what happened to me in 1990 when I did my first 40-day Concord grape juice cooked fast with nothing else and put me in bed for 2 years. I gained the understanding of what happened. I didn't understand it before that point, which was, you know, about 5 years ago or so. You know, the dry fast and all that started being revealed, how powerful and what we really, the process we need to achieve to move it through and allow everything to take place and aid and so on and so forth, to do it safely and effectively. And it's wonderful having everybody show us what's possible. Is the more people share, the more we inspire. I'm inspired to keep going and keep the system of support open and available for everyone, because it's so much needed. All those years and doing it all on my own, it was challenging, boy. It was very, very challenging, especially when, you know, pretty much everybody is telling you you're doing something wrong over and over and over and over. This went on for decades, right? Every fast. What are you doing? You're losing too much weight. Blah, 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 on and on and on. And meanwhile, all these people, friends and so on, they're all sick, miserable, aches and pains. And here I am with none of that stuff. So I think I'm in the right direction, at least.
My arthritis is gone.
Your arthritis?
It's gone.
Awesome. Awesome.
It's gone.
Awesome, Steve. Awesome. And it's only going to get better, Steve. And you'll gain more of an understanding when you go back to food after a long digestive vacation of how food really affects us. Even fruit, you're going to see, whoa, wow. Do I really want to eat? That's the question that everybody starts asking themselves after a long MFS. And yeah, you know, eating's fun. We don't have to leave it completely, but let's have respect for what we're putting in our bodies more so. Allow the communication of the fields at the, not the physical level, at the field level of what's happening with taking in these foods, because there's spirit involved in all the foods. Fruit is the least karmic, from my understanding, if we allow the seed to carry on. You know, it's like a fig with tiny seeds. The seeds, if you don't chew them, they can't chew them all. It's impossible. They're going to pass through and they get carried on. If it's a mango, If you toss it somewhere where it can't grow, we're not helping it carry on. But, you know, we're living in all different climates. It's not possible for all of us. But this is my understanding. Fruit is the least karmic, if there's such a thing, than all the other foods. You know, if we're taking some greens, for example, that prevented it from going to seed, we're preventing hundreds or thousands of seed, depending on the plant. Some plants carry thousands of seeds, and each one is a soul. We're preventing that. But herbs are miraculous, highly elevated souls. They are here to show us the way. All plants are, because they're so highly elevated. They just need to sit there, and they don't need to move. And they just are being and showing us. They're teaching us. And that information gets carried through us when we're doing herbs, and they're assisting us. It's carried through at the spirit level. And this is why, you know, we're using the spirit of things, meaning tinctures. They're much, much more powerful at the energetic, higher order of things than any physical herbs. So that's why we're using in that sense, and to not allow any digestion process to happen. The things we use do not actually get digested in the pudding. The system has
I
to.
actually like that. I like the pudding.
Yeah, I love it. It's like
I love it. I do.
It's like when people say they gag on it and they hate it. I don't know, man. It's just like, you know, growing up eating cereal and milk instead of milk. It's just, I think you could put a little bit of maple syrup on it and enjoy it, or just, you know, stir it up and drink it down. It's awesome. It's awesome. But the plasma pudding is become kind of famous around the world. I'm hearing from all kinds of people that are not even involved in MFS. So
Good.
out there, people are using it for all kinds of things. And it's interesting because people are always looking out there for something that's going to help them. These are just tools to assist us, and they're essential, especially when you're on full MFS. They're so essential. So who do we have here? We have Maria, we have David, Margaret, Robbie. Hello, everybody. And Inga. Thank you for joining and supporting each other. If you guys want to say anything else, it's your floor. We're here for you guys. Have a peaceful moment. Quiet.
How's everyone doing? I think Mark is towards the end. Maybe he doesn't want to stop. I think he's day 90 or something.
Yeah, he's getting up there, unless he's pretty close to finishing, I think.
Yeah, he's 90, something like this. And Margaret and Robbie, you guys are in the eating phase after your long one. I hope that's going well.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, well, that's good. I've been eating. That's been challenging.
Yes.
Having all sorts of effects and bringing up emotions, which has been, some of it has been very positive. Releasing out things that I know that have been stuck in there a long time, and changing how I feel about things, and I'm just like allowing rather than trying to hurry anything up. And I still feel I'm still drinking juice, probably about maybe 1.5 liters a day or two, mostly grape and sour cherry. Is that me reflecting back?
Yes, keep going. We can hear you fine.
Okay. The dry fast I did at the end of my 108 was very challenging, and my blood pressure and pulse and all that went crazy. So I did, as you said, and I haven't been checking them anymore. And I'm having to rest a lot more than I've ever had to rest in my life.
It's okay.
Yeah. So yes, I'm doing that, and I'm just being at home mostly. We went to the beach this morning, but I'm not going out, and I'm not driving anywhere most of the time. I'm not ringing my mum every day because I feel I need to. She's really losing a memory, and I'm worried about her, but I can't go there. Yeah, so like within myself, I think I'm doing okay, but physically it's very challenging. I'm still doing an enema a day, and I'm just about to run out of herbs, which I'm a bit concerned about. Didn't manage to get them ordered soon enough to get them here. I've probably got enough for a couple more weeks.
Yeah.
So I wondered if I can cut them back a bit.
Yeah, you can cut back a bit, but you're eating now, so I don't really worry about them when people are eating. The key is make sure you're loaded up when you're on a full fast. But when you're eating, it's okay. Take breaks and so on and so forth. Yes, they're going to help assist you. You've had many challenges. I see you're smiling more today, than you were in the past. So you have a lot going on. Sorry.
I'm walking around smiling a lot.
Yeah.
At nothing in particular.
Excellent.
I'm not able to go for long walks, but I've started being able to ride the bike for a couple of minutes, and also excellent. Jumping on my trampoline for 10 minutes, but just gently. I'm just giving myself peace and time to settle into stuff. I'm still having to deal with the emotions of my husband, which is tricky because he just lives in the 3D world. He doesn't even have a clue about anything. And you're trying to work that out. And the smell of, I'm always been smell sensitive, but since I've fasted, his body is revolting, like, whoa. So that's very, very challenging.
Yeah.
I've moved from the shed because I just needed a bit more secure feeling. So I moved into the lounge room, and I seem to be able to sleep there without any mental effects. So that's nice. I'll move that back into my shed if I need.
Overall, do you feel better now than before you started the master fast?
I've got much less energy, but my mental state is much better, much happier.
Yeah, and you were very sensitive before to different things, right?
Yeah.
How is it now?
Yes. I haven't been going out. So most triggers are out in the world, people's perfumes and washing powders and that sort of thing. So I'm just giving that time, and I'm okay with that. I've got a long way to go, but I really feel I need to recover.
Yeah, I think you're starting to gain the understanding of what this takes, that you've just begun the journey. And there's going to be a lot of things happening. It's taking you a while to gain strength. You've been out for a long time with your health. So just embrace the process. You're doing great. Embrace the process. A lot more changes are going to come in the next few weeks because you're still in breaking fast mode. So for some people, it may be a month or two before they start gaining their strength back after. So don't worry about it.
It's little bit by little bit, it's coming. I've also noticed physical things in my body that have been changing throughout the fast, but have increased since after the fast. So, like, I broke my foot, or think I did, and on the side of it, I fell off a chair sideways, like slipped my foot off, but it caught the floor with my full weight, and it didn't heal properly, like it had lumps in it, and they moved around in my foot. They've diminished. The biggest lump's gone completely, Also, one of my fingers had a big scar on it that had turned into a big lump, like it had arthritis-y type, crystallized, whatever. And that's like almost a normal finger shape. That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's smaller than it was after I did it.
Yeah.
So
These
that's
are,
fantastic.
these are the miracles that
That's
people, don't understand. These are little miracles that we just, don't pay attention to them, but they're miracles. So how long ago
Yeah.
was this foot incident?
Oh, a couple of years at least.
Right. Yeah,
That's someone. I thought, oh, there's no point going to the doctor. What do doctors do with feet? They don't. I don't think they set them or anything, but apparently they would have put it in one of those blow-up cast things.
right.
Anyway, it's okay, and I managed. But
Yeah.
I also
You see now that how what the difference is for the body's capability to heal while it's eating versus while it's fasting. There's a 9-day difference. There's just no comparison. Even things that are old, like who was that shared something about her finger from when a little girl. It wasn't normal, and then she did 108, and it went back to normal. So this is how healing is suppressed through our lifestyle of eating over and over and over. It's just
I think that was.
of course, I can feel the difference quite a bit. The eating, I can feel the difference now. I'm eating again, but I'm only eating fruit. I'm eating more than one meal a day, but I'm drinking as well, juice, and I've been having herbs up until yesterday, and I haven't made any up because I've been busy. But there's some more. There's still a few more, maybe a couple of weeks worth, and hopefully, I think it only took 3 weeks for my herbs to come last time. So I've ordered the Last Supper again, because I think that's a really good idea to stick with the higher numbers of the tinctures. And I took Rana's lead and ordered Happy Times as well, which I thought might, multiply the effect on my mood and that sort of thing. So it is quite nice. Meditation's been better. And I spend a lot of time by myself. My husband goes to work at 6:30 and comes back at 5:30, which suits me. I really need to be. And well, I don't actually. I tried some green juice the other day, Rana. I thought, oh, maybe I should. I've got lots of cucumbers. Maybe I should do that and put some dandelion or something. So I made that, and my body just. Oh, yuck!
Yeah, no,
I couldn't tolerate that at all. So I went back to the fruit.
Yeah,
Pardon?
I would put celery, fennel.
Yeah. I don't have any celery, but I will get some. Do you think it's good to have a green juice every day?
If you want.
If your body's craving it, you don't need to.
But fruits are amazing. What you're doing. But if you want a green juice, I would put celery, fennel, some parsley. Parsley is amazing for the kidneys, and it does taste good.
Yeah, I have parsley. Yeah. I'm going shopping next week, so I can get celery. I'll write that in the list.
Yeah, and fennel.
And
is nice.
Pardon?
Fennel is nice.
Yeah. And I love fennel too.
Yeah, some ginger. Maybe you can put some cayenne powder. Maybe turmeric root.
What was that last one?
Turmeric.
Oh, okay. Fresh turmeric.
Yeah, and I like to squeeze some lemon as well. A lemon.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'll try that next week. So I like every now and then the juice is too sweet.
Yeah.
And other days it's just fine.
Yeah.
So that's pretty funny.
Change.
Yeah, you're doing well.
No, I know. It's just I change. But
you could not drink the juice no more, right? You wanted to drink different juices.
No, I had a long time with not being able to tolerate it, but in the last few days has been a bit tricky. But so I just I've had watermelon in the mornings, and I've got that. I'm still able to get some more of that, and we've had beautiful mangoes, so I'm hoping to get more of those. Our small town doesn't have good stuff. And I asked my husband to get me some red grapes, like I said, just a handful, you know, just a handful. But he said they weren't very nice, so he just got me green grapes, which I washed them, and I got into eating them, and they were just amazing as well. The plums that I posted a picture of, they were like, I let them ripen and talk to them and that sort of thing. I use sometimes a Tesla plate under the fruit.
Oh, the
Do you know that?
Purple plate?
I only have a small bluish one.
It's bluish. Okay, I have the purple Tesla plate.
Yeah, they come, depend on what they're for, they come in different sizes and colours. So anyway, that was like one that you put in your pocket or carry in your car or that sort of thing. So I put that under the plate. But the fruit was just, I couldn't even believe the taste of it.
This is the small one I have.
Oh.
I have a large one in the fridge.
Take it away a little bit, a bit further away. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's a square one. Mine are all 12-sided or something like that.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess it depends who makes them.
Yeah.
I've had this for
So, well, I'm made in Australia or bought in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you do with your Tesla plate?
I have this one in my wallet, and I have one in the fridge, a big one. It's about a foot square.
Oh, wow. Hadn't thought of doing that.
But I use so many different things.
So he has so many tools. Are you craving any salads or not so much? Are you
No, not craving any vegetables.
Stay on
I've got lots of beautiful cucumbers, zucchinis in the garden,
nice.
but I don't feel like eating them. So I could make, it's a bit sad because now's the time that that they're there and I can eat them, but I don't feel like it's I'm just not going to do that unless I feel good about it. So I'm eating fruit 2 or 3 times a day, as well as drinking my juice.
Nice.
There's a whole shift in your aura.
Yeah, you do. You seem much more relaxed. That's great. It's great.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, it's important to be.
I feel. Pardon?
It's important to be happy with wherever we are, right? And just enjoy.
Yeah, I'm really at peace and just accepting the process, and I'm not concerned, but I have a doctor appointment to go and get a referral to somebody, but I just thought, no, I'm not even going to go near a doctor. I don't want them looking at me and picking at me because I'm a little slender. And I don't need it at the moment. I'll just wait. So that's what I'm doing. But I've got some amalgams I want to have out, but I'll leave that for 6 months.
Yeah, wait a bit.
That feels. I did what you said. I put my finger on the tooth and then tested it.
Muscle test.
Muscle tested it.
Yes.
I didn't know which ones had the amalgam in them, and my body tested negative to the ones with amalgam, and tested negative to one that I didn't know. It didn't have amalgam, but the ones that I was pointing, I didn't know which ones had amalgam. Like I, managed to get that, and so that was really interesting. So I know I need to get those teeth fixed.
Excellent.
That I'm just working on that.
Make sure that they remove them properly.
Yes, I've spoken to a lady who knows about that, and she's trying to find the doctor's number because I've lost it. And Tasmania is very small, so there's often not somebody you can access.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to being able to do that. My hands are nearly brand new. Amazing. Like they've just totally peeled. The deep cuts and wounds that came up are healing up. This one was the worst, and it's taken so long. such a big process for these hands to do, but I'm like up on my backs of my hands, they're like 10, 15 years younger. It's pretty special. So, yeah, I'm just generally feeling a lot happier, Gino. It's so nice. And feeling
Awesome.
so intense, it just goes in my whole body and mind.
Well, we
So
can
maintain that.
yeah, we can only try and help encourage people. We can't give you the experience. You must go through it yourself, and it's very challenging if nobody's ever done it, and they don't really understand what it's all part of the process. No matter what happens, it's part of the process. No matter how much you feel like you're going to die, it's part of the process. And class will be a different.
And I didn't go to the hospital. I didn't die. I didn't go to the hospital and I didn't die. It was a bit uncomfortable for a couple of nights.
Yeah,
but I tried myself, I
we
think.
heard you.
Yeah. So I'm feeling very happy.
Yeah, you've made that shift now. So now, you'll see your strength will start coming back and so on and so forth. And there's no rush to go into another MFS, a long one. But you when you're ready, some short ones here and there, continue the dry fast, so on and so forth. Continue eating fruit, and everything will be moving in the right direction.
Yes, it feels good. So I'm happy to keep going. I'm not going to push dry fasting because that dry fast that I did 48 hours just was too much. I must be just filthy inside, I don't want to. I just want to go steady.
Yeah.
I think that's the safest and the best for me, and I can go back to clearing and processing stuff when the time.
Yeah, the dry fasting, a lot of people want to push you. We don't want to push. We allow to extend little by little, and with all the tools you can do semi-dries and so on and so forth to train the body to allow it to go more and more and more. It's just going to take weeks, months, years, whatever it takes. It doesn't matter. Embrace the process and allow it to happen. But
I'm just on the.
Go ahead.
I'm on the yellow brick road now. I can just keep walking.
Yeah, exactly. You'll get, like I said, you're going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. This is why I worry when people start talking about my adrenals are down and my blood pressure and this, that, and the other thing. That throws all your focus away from healing and how healing actually works, because it's all directed by soul. So when you're doing that, we're not trusting in soul, and that's hard to convey to people, even though we repeat it over and over and over. Now, I think you're starting to grasp. What it really takes for us to move in the new direction, a way of thinking, and the new understanding of how it actually we believe it works, because we don't know for sure, but I have no doubt that it all comes from source through soul. There's no other explanation for it.
My mind doesn't understand a lot of how to make the physical transition, and I guess some of the emotional in my actual physical lifestyle. But I'm doing it gradually, and I'm able to see things from a different corner of the room, so that's really helpful. And I'm happy on fruit, so I'll get some more fruit and freeze it. I've just ordered 20 kilos of cherries, and because we're about to go into winter and there'll be nothing to buy except apples and pears, and that's pretty boring, and oranges. So I like oranges, I like pears. So I'll just...
all fruit I find is amazing if it's right.
Mum's transitioned into God food. They were amazing.
Yeah. It's awesome. Like when you can get some really ripe fruit, doesn't matter what it is. It's anything on a tree ripened. It's just like in heaven. Like for figs, for example, no matter how many times I've tried figs over here, it's not the same as picking them in Italy off the tree. It's not the same.
No.
Warmed up by the sun, ripe, dripping with honey. Oh, it's just a whole different experience.
But you know, I love figs too.
Oh yeah,
It's
it's just
beautiful.
awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
I love all fruit. Today at the supermarket, we were looking. They had these huge Australian mangoes. This is the second time we've seen them. Two of them was like
Yeah.
$13.
Wow.
Insane prices. Insane.
Crazy.
So fruitarianism is not is a luxury diet these days. If you want to live a fruitarian lifestyle,
Sure.
mono, you're going to be spending a lot of money.
Oh,
Yeah.
my year, I did 2 or 3, 4 years on pretty much fruit and certainly raw food, and the fruit was so expensive, and I felt a bit guilty buying it. Well, it was what I wanted to eat, so I did. But this is much more manageable because you don't need so much fruit,
Exactly.
you know, and it's exquisite. So
Exactly.
yeah. Is there anything anybody else wants to know of what's going
Well,
on with
we're
me?
loving you sharing because you're glowing. Can hold, like I said, your auras and it's shifted, and it's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. I feel it, Gina. That's the thing. If once you feel it, I mean, for a while I compared myself to Ranjit and thought, how come she can do this? But
We all
as
go
you
through,
said, just really,
yeah, we all go through different experiences. It's no two alike.
yeah. No, no.
No
So,
two alike.
and I'm settled with that. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
And
keep-
it's great. I love the live Zooms. I usually do the Wednesday night Facebook Live or whatever you call it, because you comes here at 11 o'clock on Thursday.
Okay.
But you don't really participate so much in that one. And this one is 11 o'clock on Sunday. So that's what time it is now, between 11 and 12 now here. And that's really an easy time, and especially in the summer because it's so hot outside. I can't do a lot of gardening. Yeah, I'd like to know how to cook raw, not cook, eat your eggplants raw. Do you do something to them?
You can. You know the Oriental ones, the purplish. I eat them.
Yeah, I get long, skinny ones.
Yeah, I eat them
Pardon?
just like that. Like for me, it's like eating bread, and it's
Oh,
it's a
okay.
botanical fruit. It tastes good for me.
Yeah.
You can soak them in lemon, or you can do whatever you want. That's another way. People marinate them in lemon, or a little bit of vinegars or something, or you could probably ferment them somehow. But honestly, those ones there are the ones that are easiest to eat on their own, just like that. Just
Yeah, okay.
eat them with a salad, or eat them on their own, or whatever. You know what I mean?
The Asian.
Yeah.
The Asian eggplants, yeah. They're a little more mild than the big dark ones, right? The black or whatever color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing I found was, because I've been into like this crazy master fast, makes you want to cook things differently, or like because I'm so into the smell, I want to cook Asian food. So I went to the Asian shop. Well, I can feed my husband anything pretty much. And in the freezer was durian.
Ah.
When I get around to it, I'm going to buy some durian.
It's one of my favorite fruits, but I don't do it a lot anymore. But when I do, I really enjoy it. I don't know if I shared with, but I shared it with some people that way back, when was it? Mid 2000s, like in the early I think it was 2000, 2001 is when I learned about durian. I've probably eaten about at least 500-600 of them. And for almost a 4-month stunt, I was eating only durian and drinking wheatgrass juice, nothing else. And then my body said, that's enough. Some days I ate, listen to this, I ate at least one a day, a whole durian. Some days 2. And some days I actually ate 3 durians.
Wow.
Today, it would be hard for me to eat the whole durian on my own.
That's very high fat.
Yeah, it's 30% fat. Avocado, 70% fat. Coconut is,
Oh, okay.
I think, even higher. Olives are about 20%, depending on the variety. So, you know, it's not high fat, but it's like a medium type of fat. So, you know, it's
Yeah,
okay.
so I could have fried durian and some avocado and some olives.
Yeah, just
But
be
I have to
careful.
try and find sun-dried olives that aren't all salty.
Yeah, the best olives I had was in Italy, sun-dried, you know, right on the tree. They were awesome. There's nothing compared to the ones
Yeah.
I've had here. The flavor is awesome. Very intense, very
Yeah.
rich. And you can't eat a lot of them because it's just powerful.
Yeah,
Sun-dried.
bit restricted here in Australia to get some of those things.
Yeah, yeah. That's one of my favorite fruits as well. Yeah, sun-ripened olives. But yeah, we got to be careful with fats. You know, we can do a little bit of them, but it's better if we stay in the medium and low instead of going in the higher ones. Like avocados, I'll have one very rarely, every several months now.
Mm. Yeah. Because of the Hep C, I didn't tolerate fats for a long time already. Because I had Hep C, but I didn't realise. But I knew that my body was saying, nope, you can't have that. So I had to stop fats. And also, when I visited my mum, they always had good quality red wine. So I was having a little bit of red wine. And the next year I went back in the winter. My body said, nope, you can't have that. So it wasn't a long time down the track that I found out that my liver had a problem.
Yeah.
So that was interesting.
I had the
Anyway,
Hep
my
C.
husband just. Sorry?
I had the Hep C too, also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you cured?
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
Everything will,
I was,
you know,
sorry.
these titles and cures and all that. Just don't pay attention to any of this stuff. Just allow the body to do what it needs to do. Just like you've seen your ankle,
I didn't.
finger, everything will
Yeah.
work out.
Yeah, I didn't know I had a choice back then, though, Gina.
Right.
I was given this option, and I went, "Oh, okay." And Spirit said that will buy you some time, so I did that because I was getting quite sick. So, yeah. So you know that made it available for me to be here to do Masterfast. So, and yeah, I'm not really keen on labels, so yeah, I'm happy with that.
Awesome.
So you're better. How long have you been better, Steve?
10 years.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm only a few years better. So I was probably infected for about 40.
Wow.
Probably 25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a long time. But I didn't know.
No,
I just kept having just fighting health problems, that's all. Anyway. Okay, well, I think that's all, unless someone wants to ask me anything. Thanks for being around, everybody. It's great to talk.
We got Jeanette
Great
to
to watch you
join
all.
Hi, how are you tonight?
Awesome.
Good.
Oh, hello, Jeanette.
Hi, Jeanette.
Thanks for having me. Sorry I'm late.
Better
Can you
late than
turn my
never.
mic?
My mic needs to be turned up.
No, sorry, Robbie.
No, I need to turn my mic off, Gino.
Oh.
I'm not sure how to do that.
I can mute you.
Oh, thank you.
All right, you're muted. Sorry, go ahead, Jeanette.
So hi, and thanks for having me. I'm on day 15 today of my second long master fast. In the past, I've done like several hybrids. I made it a lifestyle for like 6 months. And then I kind of, you fall off, but my longest one was 40 days, and that was 1.5 years ago. And
that's when you start cursing me when you fall off, right?
Not at all. I learned so much about myself. The first 40-day really was enlightening for me in terms of like my emotional well-being. and having to look at that side. And like, that was just brought right in front of my face in the 40 days. So I am so grateful for this. I have learned so much. It's already a year and a half, and I feel like I'm like a different person today, and for the better.
We all are.
Yeah, I'm excited for us all. Thank you so much, Gino and Rana, for everything you do for us and for the community. You know, I love you guys.
Thank you. We love you too. And we're doing it because it continuously inspires us for having everybody be part of this, and it works all ways. It's not a one-way street here. It's always reciprocating back and forth, and allow people to shine. Like you haven't been watching. I don't know if you watched the other ones with Robbie. She was going through some major challenges for her full MFS.
I think 80 days, right?
Yeah,
Something
around
around
there.
80 days.
And
Wow.
I finally said, I think it's time you should, break it and let that process happen now. And she's turned a corner, and which something in her mind before, it was a blockage that didn't allow her to see that because of all the challenges she had. And this happens to a lot of us. So once we see somebody turn a corner, we understand it's part of the process. Keep watching videos. Understand it's part of the process. No matter what it is, it's part of the process. No matter how much you think you're going to die, it's part of the process. People die eating, not fasting.
So true. Oh, wow, Robbie, I feel for you for what you've been through, but wow, what a brave soul you are. And I just think that's so inspiring, Thank you so much for sharing your story with everyone.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome, to see people turn the corner, because it's very hard even for us to listen when people are going through that, because we can't take that pain away, but the pain is part of the process. The pain is a gateway to heal. In all levels, in physical, mental, and emotional. We have to go through these pains, and it's not fun, but it's part of the process. And once we gain that understanding a little bit over and over and over, okay, here we go again. Let's keep going. And it doesn't get easier, but at least you have the understanding, so you work through it and allow. We have lots of tools now. So many tools to use.
Yeah, it can be really soothing emotionally, actually. Like for me, this time around is completely different than my first time. I feel much more at peace with the whole system. And I feel like I'm really comfortable, like with the enemas. I make sure I'm like lots of enemas. I have so many releases, like so much mucus passing. Like I just feel really like at peace with the whole thing. In the beginning, it was all like on faith. And now it's actually on the knowingness from the experiential level,
Yeah.
So loving it. And a couple minor healing reactions. I have some cankers at the back of my tongue, but they went right down like after the first day. And now for 3 days, they're like minimal.
Yeah. I've had them in my mouth, in my nose.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
I had them on my nose too. And
What?
my nose is not perfect. Inside, there are ulcers, especially my left one.
Wow.
My left kidney is more more challenged than my right kidney. So I feel a lot of things happening on my left side.
I relate to that.
It's amazing.
They can be really painful, some of those cankers.
Yeah.
You know what? These weren't bad, and like you can live with them. I think like after the dry fast, I just finished a 24-hour today, and like I feel like that alone just propels the healing process. Of course it does. So, and I'm enjoying my vegetable broth tonight.
Awesome.
I have a beautifully done MasterFast approved broth. No starches, no starchy vegetables, just all greens and herbs, and it's fantastic on this cold winter night.
Oh yeah, it helps.
Did you manage to post the video? Because you wanted to post it, I remember.
I still want to do that. I'll do that tonight.
Yeah, if possible.
I see people, for example, like a canker source. Oh, this juice is too sweet, too much sugar. They put all this luciferic intellect, I like to call it. They know exactly what's happening. Bull crap, they don't have a clue what's happening, and we don't need to know. Allow the process to happen. The juice is the best blessing that we had, cooking the juice. to allow us to really clean at levels that we didn't know was possible. So it's awesome to for people to experience these things. You know, just like so many people go through stages where the juice becomes too sweet. The juice is always the same. Why did it become sweet all of a sudden? It's just the understanding is not there of what's going on. We start drowning in our own filth. The body's starting to reject it. If you think about anybody who's been drinking in their lives and they threw up on certain booze, they never want to smell that booze again. It makes them feel horrible. So this stuff is just digging. It's cleaning that sewer within us, that filth, and it's not the juice that's the cause. It's
it's
what we've done to our body that.
It's a sign that you're digging deep.
Yep.
And like you can slow down and it's like that.
Yep.
You can have some green juice.
And this is where enemas are key. Drinking enough, get that energy flowing. Don't keep any stagnation, because then you get in trouble. You start actually drowning in your own filth. That's what actually happens. We call it filth so doesn't understand, but the body does not really have filth, because everything that enters is changed into a GAN state, gases, nanosolid, into a plasmatic state. Even our feces. Nothing is really toxic or waste. It's just that it's too much of into a high energy packet that the body has to release it. It's just overwhelming for the body to use it, so it has to release it. So we call them toxins, so we understand what it is. But in the actual facts, we've gained a little new understanding. So it is what it is.
You were talking about going outside or like moving around, and even on this cold day, you actually want to go outside when you're on the Master Fast system. Like you're not all tired from like eating so much and just being like so fatigued from like eating heavier foods, you know. Even when I was on the hybrid, like I didn't have much motivation to be like going all around and being so active outside, like after work and everything, you know, just want to kind of relax. But now I have so much energy, and like today I was out in this freezing weather. I would never have done that. So this is like amazing. I'm changing as a person for the better because of the Master Fast, and I'm so happy about it.
Yeah, it's so nice to go out and experience nature, even when it's cold. It's always nicer when you're fasting than when you're eating, for sure. And I feel in winter, I am colder when I'm eating, and in the summer, I am warmer when I'm eating. Like it's not fun, you know. Like it's just, it makes it more extreme when you eat. It makes it more like balanced when we're fasting.
Yeah, when the real cold weather, for me, the long drives are nice. You know, when you eat, it's tougher to tolerate it. But as the body comes more and more in balance, you can handle the extreme weathers more and more. So it takes time, decades. No rush. We can't push the rope. We just pull it along slowly and allow the process to take place. But it's awesome. Anybody else?
Only the back. Just the back.
What are we at? 1.5 hours. No, we can go into silence. We can end it. I can't keep blabbing all the time.
We're missing Ranjit.
Yeah, she's had other things to do. All right. We can have an early night.
Jeanette, do you want to say something? Are you?
She said, "Thank you so much."
Oh yeah, here you go.
Yeah, I just wanted to say goodnight if you guys are going to go off now. It's a lot of your time and energy, so might as well enjoy what's offered. If it's silence, it's silence.
No, that's why we're here, right? You know, we love doing these and keep the support system running.
Yeah, it means a lot.
Yeah, it's really helpful, really helpful.
Mm.
I know there's a lot of people who would not be able to do without a support system.
Definitely.
Steve, you were going to say something?
Oh, this is fantastic. This is just what I needed today.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Especially, you know, witnessing Robbie turn the corner. If you
Yes.
watched a few videos before, she was having some big challenges, and it's awesome when we see that. It's just part of the process, guys. Understand that. It's not fun, but it's part of the process. And like I said, I've seen I haven't really seen the whole fasting world in all this time of people actually gaining that understanding. I've seen everything move towards science in fasting, which is all bullcrap to me. It doesn't give us the understanding. They're always looking for something in the microscope that's happening. That's not what happening. The physicality is the effects. It's not what's going on. Everything is happening at soul level. And once you gain that understanding, you will see through all the bull crap out there. You'll see through it like day and night. And it becomes very clear because everything they talk about, it doesn't happen the way they say. You know, this atrophy, what's it called? Atrophy? Atrophy. What's that terminology you use? The fasting, when the cells start eating each other and stuff, what they call it?
Entropy.
Yeah, that and the ketosis and blosis and all this other stuff. These things have nothing to do with fasting. They're just what they can see in microscopes. It's happening or tests, and they're just effects. It's nothing. You start going after that stuff. You're gonna be led into more and more confusion. That's because it happened to me. I'm speaking because it happened to me, paying attention to all that stuff. I can't even remember all that stuff because I wiped it out of my memory. I don't want to know it anymore.
Going to school for undergrad, master's, and then research and reading about all this stuff, but at the end of the day, I felt depressed. I could not help myself. Like, how can I help other people?
I'm not putting any of all this down, but for healing, you don't need to go to school.
No.
And when I got depressed, I started reading, finding other ways to help my body, help myself, you know? Depressed, like, in every way, physically, emotionally, in every way. And that's when I found raw food, and a few years after, I met you on the fast. So, yeah. So, definitely, it was not school. I actually, once I started raw food, I quit school. I quit research. I said, okay, there's an answer here. Especially when I detoxed from every opening in my body when I switched to fruits and vegetables only, and that was amazing. I was like, okay, so I want to explore this more and study natural healing courses that I want rather than somebody else's ideas.
You know, yeah, like we can give some credit to the sciences and all that.
Yeah, definitely. No, absolutely. But I mean, somebody else's ideas in terms of like, you know, why do I have to study courses that I don't care about? Or
it's not going to help you.
Make up your own program and study what makes sense to you.
You know, when I see people making comments, go see your doctor. I know they haven't read, and even if they've read, they don't have any understanding of what we're doing. And when I see that a lot, go see your doctor. If the doctor's going to help you, third leading cause of death, like I said, they're there for a purpose. It's excellent for emergency services. You get an accident, this and that. Healing, go home.
I mean, everybody is responsible for every decision they make, and it's not even their doctor who's responsible for them being sick. So that's very important to remember. And if you want to go see your doctor, you go see your doctor. If you want to do something else, you go do something else. It's completely your responsibility. It's not mine or somebody else's.
Yeah.
You can't even blame your own doctor. You cannot. Even the person who gave you the drug.
Yeah,
the
you
ma-
go do
like,
chemo and
like,
everything. Don't blame doctors. Don't
you
blame
cannot- you
big
cannot.
pharma. Your responsibility.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Robbie, thank you, everyone. It's so important to be able to meet up with other people willing to take this step. I'm no longer in a hurry, just feeling blessed to be. Sending plaf to everyone every day. Excellent. Jeanette, keep digging, sister. You'll always be stronger when you come up the other side. Yeah, you always turn out stronger. Every fast will make you stronger. Whatever anybody tells you about fasting, they don't have a clue. They don't have the experiences. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't have all the answers, but I have a lot of experiences in fasting. A lot. And pretty much every single person that's been through things, I understand what's going on because I've been through them.
And also, of course, you feel it yourself. You know the difference between now and before. I mean, for example, for Robbie, like much clearer mental state, right? The physical energy still coming slowly, but everybody's different, right? And at the end of the day, you will feel the improvement. So keep going.
You know, we're trying to encourage people to keep going, keep going, keep going. But then there comes a time where the emotional is just at the state where it can't keep processing it. So that's why we suggest break the fast and wait till further time to allow the process to happen. And that's okay. But otherwise, I'm always trying to encourage people. 108 days, everybody should do 108 days. But you need to have the understanding of what's going to happen after you open the doors. You got to walk through and you got to continue the lifestyle, or don't do 108 days.
Right. You can do whatever you want.
Don't do 108 days.
Like, even if it's 2 days a week of master fast, I tell people, because some people will not do a long fast. So I say, do 2 days a week, just 2 days, give your body a break. The rest of the week, eat clean, improve your diet. And that's already a huge improvement.
Ariel's joined us. Maybe Ariel wants to join in. Nice to see you, Ariel.
Love you, Ariel.
Hi, Ariel.
Ariel, like I was just, I remember some of the posts that she wrote, that things that she never believed she would ever do, and she's done. Awesome.
Yeah, you're doing amazing, Ariel. I'm following your journey. Awesome.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay. Yeah, I was actually just thinking about that today and laughing to myself because another one of the members, Kathy Hansen, who's getting started, she came to me asking me about enemas, and I just had to chuckle because I was the one who said, "Oh no, Gino, don't tell me I have to do an enema." And now I am Kalima Queen. I mean, I can give you pointers. It's amazing the difference. Also, I said, "Oh, don't tell me I'm gonna have to get my breast implants removed."
Yeah, I remember that one.
Oh, and what did I end up doing? And I am so grateful that I did that. You've been just an amazing influence on me, and the whole Master Fest lifestyle has been just amazing. I was contemplating to myself, looking over my past full year of living the lifestyle and seeing that I still had not done the long-term 108.
Doesn't matter. You're living it.
Yeah, I wonder what kind of benefits I'm missing out on.
Don't look at it that way. It's always evolving, changing, expanding. It's a process. The long ones have the power of digging really deep, but when you're ready, you'll do it if that's what it needs to be. But don't underestimate the multiple short ones and going on and living it and actually living it continuously, focusing as a lifestyle that you're always on it, because every fast is beneficial. The challenge is when we let's put it this way, to plug up a body, to obstruct the body at the level that humanity is at today, it takes decades, and it's happening quicker because people are coming into this realm, being born completely plugged up through weak genetics and so on and so forth. So when you do these fasts, 30, 40, 50, 60, 108 days, and you clean out a lot of that gunk, and you're doing them over and over and over, even if you go off track a while, you know, not right after your long fast, even if you go off track and you cheat or whatever, this and that, you're not going to be able to plug up the body to that level that took decades. So there's always benefits, you know. So, you know, the key is to stay as clean and minimal as possible. That's the key. And
Right. Well, I hope to improve on my 2019 from my 2018 and hopefully do that full 108. That's my goal for this year at some point in time. So I am on day 25 maybe. Gosh, I'll have to look at a calendar. But I am actually on an 8-week retreat. And so I probably shouldn't be talking too much. I just had to, you know, I wanted to connect to the group, and I couldn't sneak in there unnoticed. So I thought I would say hi. I'm going to mute myself now, though. Thanks, guys.
thank you for sharing. Thanks. Keep digging. Keep that plasma love always flowing, guys. No matter what, it's always flowing. We just need to tap in. And sometimes we get off track. Everybody, all of us, you know. And we just have to understand it's always flowing. Let's just tap in, no matter what's happening out there. Especially when we're being beaten up by just wanting to live a lifestyle and be healthier. You know, being beaten up by people. You know, you're too thin and this and that and the other thing, and you're dangerous. Go to your doctor. Blah 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 blah. So this is why these support systems, it's crucial support system that we keep having on the Facebook and the live chats and so on and so forth. But it's awesome. So anyway, let's wrap it up, I guess, and we'll call it a night. And we thank everybody again for
Thank you.
sharing and inspiring us, inspiring each other. This is very important for everyone. And we hope that more people will do, you know, sharing the interview of the process and so on. That really is really helpful. That these Q&As are really helpful, and it's awesome. Just we'll keep going. We've just started. 3.5 years is a baby, and it's all wonderful. So thank you all, and good night.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tina.
Good
Thank
night.
you.
Good
Nice
night,
meeting you.
everyone. Love you guys. Bye-bye.